Backtesting.py is an open source backtesting framework written in Python. In this tutorial, I'm going to attempt to reproduce the results of the paper entitled "Can Day Trading Really Be Profitable?" This paper explores the usage of the opening range breakout strategy on the 5-minute time frame on the symbols QQQ and TQQQ over the years 2016 to 2023, and then follows up again and provides an out-of-sample backtest on the years 2023 through 2025. And in this backtest, they claimed amazing results right here. And so we're going to reproduce these results using Backtesting.py. So in the last video, we actually read the paper, went through all the rules for entry and exit, the profit target and the stop loss, and some reasons for skepticism around the strategy. And in this tutorial, we want to focus on Backtesting.py and actually coding the strategy and reproducing it in our own Python code. I wrote a tutorial on Backtesting.py, including the code we're about to go over on the website, so I'll link that below if you want to follow along. All right, so the first thing we're going to need to do if we want to run a backtest is we actually need data to backtest on. And in the last video, I actually downloaded that data from Polygon using the Python code that they had provided in the reproduction of their research. And so I downloaded that, and now I'm going to start a new Colab notebook and actually upload that to the file system here. And so I'm going to do upload, and I'm going to upload this TQQQ intraday data right here. And if you want to see what that looks like, I will just open it for you locally real quick. Here's the CSV file, and this is just me in VI right now. And so you can see I have data starting January 5th, and you see I have minute data, so starting at 9:30. So if you jump over to the Backtesting.py website here and look at the documentation, you will see they have a quick start guide here. I don't like how this page is designed with all the ads, and some of these links are hard to find, but there's actually a quick start guide in there. And you see, in order to run a backtest in Backtesting.py, you need to provide a pandas data frame. So we're going to do that. So to provide a pandas data frame, let's go ahead and just read in a CSV file. And so to do that, I provided the code right here so that I don't have to remember. You just import pandas, and you just knew pandas read a CSV just like that. And so you could copy this right from the website if you'd like to. I have it in a notebook now. Get it outside of that generate, just like that. So I'm going to read TQQ intraday data, and I'm going to print the data frame. You see I have data starting at 9:30 January 5th, and you see the end at 16 o'clock. So this is Eastern time that I'm using here. I'm not doing any time zone juggling in this case. So that's just when the market opens and closes in New York time, so on the East Coast of the United States. So all we did there is read in a CSV into a pandas data frame, nothing specific to Backtesting.py yet. So in order to use Backtesting.py, we need to install the backtesting package. So to do that, let's create a new code cell, and I'll just do pip install backtesting. And I don't want to see all the logs, so I'll do -q, just like that, and that will install the backtesting package into the Colab environment. And I'll give this a name while we're doing this. Backtesting py tutorial, just like that, and that is done. So once we have backtesting installed, we can create a new strategy class. If you look at the quick start guide here, they create a new strategy class, so they extend a base class called strategy. So we need to import that in. And so in my Colab, I'll do from backtesting import strategy, make sure that will work. And sure enough, it does. And so now I can add a new class, and not SMA cross. We're tired of the simple moving average cross. We're going to do opening range breakout strategy, right? Breakout strategy. And then that needs to extend the base strategy class, right? And Google Colab seems to try to help me a lot, which is nice sometimes, but other times can be irritating. And so, like here, that was helpful. Every backtesting strategy, you need this init function, and this init function is any initialization, right? And so any values we want to initialize go into this function right here. And then we also need a method called next, and that's going to receive the next bar of data. Now the bar of data, that if we wanted to see the raw data, that's in self.data. And so what I should be able to do is just print each bar that comes in, just like that. So we need a self. And then here we'll just do self dot opening range. So let's call this opening range high. So we're going to keep track of the opening range high at the beginning. So we'll just initialize it to none for now. So any variables we want to track, we'll put in here. And then we want to loop through all of the bars in order. So that's just a strategy class on its own, but it's not running on the data. So to actually run this on the data, we want to import the backtest class, right? And so the backtest, we need to instantiate. Now look at all this nice help. I used to have to type all this stuff myself. So to create a backtesting.py backtest, I need to instantiate backtest. We need to apply, give some data. So I have that in a data frame called df up here. And then I need to pass a strategy to run on that data frame. And my strategy class is called opening range breakout. I need to give an initial amount of cash. In the paper, the initial amount of cash is $25,000. And I'm going to calculate the commission in a bit. So I'm going to leave that off for now for simplicity. And then so we should be able to run the strategy and plot the strategy, right? And you'll see I'm running the strategy already. Look at all that beautiful data right there, okay? So all that's doing is running through everything in order. And I'm going to stop that real quick because that's running through years and years of data, and it's actually taking longer than I want it to take right now. But you see what it's doing is this is just going through line by line and playing the bars in order. So I'm printing each data object right here. And so, tens of thousands of these are coming through. So that's every minute over the course of years. And it's truncating. And so to make that shorter, we can filter down this data frame. So to make sure our strategy like logic works, I don't need to test 8 years at once. I don't need to spend all that time waiting. Let's just test like a month at first, verify that our entries and exits are correct. And then once that's all right, we can just let it blast off on the whole thing. And so I've written some code here. And so you can see, df.loc here, I can just filter down to 1 month. And so I'm going to copy that right here. Instead of passing in the whole data frame right here, I'm just going to get my data frame, and then I'm just going to select just the rows from January 5th, 2016 through February 5th of 2016. And if I run that, that'll be much quicker, right? So that'll be all the bars there. So you see, all we're doing is looping through row by row, showing the data in order, and there's no actual strategy being applied yet. So we can see the open, high, low, and close and volume of each of those rows of data. Okay, I'm going to do pass for now instead of printing it all because I don't want to see all that at the moment. I just wanted to show you when I plot this. This is, since I have no strategy really running yet, that's just a plot of what TQQQ looked like at the beginning of 2016. It was pretty much straight down until February of 2016, as far as I remember. And then there was a significant bottom there, and then it rallied. Okay, so I'm plotting that. And then you see also we have this stats getting a return from running the backtest. And I can actually show the stats there as well. And we show the stats there. We're initializing with $25,000 of cash, and we're finishing with $25,000 of cash because we actually didn't really code any logic into our strategy yet. So we have, 0% returns, 0 trades were actually taken. So how do we actually place some trades? How do we actually implement some trading logic? Well, that's exactly what the next function is for. We need to, as those data bars are coming in one by one, we need to actually respond to them. We need to place some conditions or run some type of calculations to determine when to enter a trade, when to place an order, and when to exit a trade. And so for this particular strategy, what is that logic going to be? Well, as each minute comes in, we're going to accumulate those. And so once the 5th minute bar closes, we're going to say, bam, that is the opening range. We're going to find the opening range high of that first 5 minutes and the opening range low of that 5 minutes. So, and I did notice that I used opening range high twice right there. And so we're going to capture that opening range and then figure out whether that first 5 minutes was up or down, and that's going to determine whether we go long or short. And I'm feeling kind of tired of talking at the moment. I just recorded 2 videos right before this that I'm about to post, And so I'm gonna go ahead and stop it here at about the 10-minute mark. And in the next video, we're going to go ahead and fill in the actual logic of the strategy in the next function. So we're gonna calculate the opening range, figure out our entry and exit, and look at some results. So that's it for this video. If you wanna jump ahead, the blog post is up and you can follow along there. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.